All right, we've talked about the synthesis of ATP, which the cell uses for energy to do work. But I want to talk a little bit about how the cell transfers energy between molecules and what those processes are called. So ATP is the form of energy that the cell is able to use, but it is not a good way to store energy. It's not super stable. So it's kind of like putting all of your money in cash. If you've got cash in your pocket, it's going to get spent. So when the cells have enough ATP, they don't continue to make more ATP. Instead, that glucose molecule that they would make ATP out of is converted into glycogen. And the process for that is called glycogenesis. Glyco for glucose or glycogen, and genesis means to create. Now, when the cell needs ATP and you don't have glucose readily available, it converts the glycogen back into glucose in a process known as glycogenolysis. So we've got the glyco for the glucose, geno from genesis, to create, and lysis, to break down. So we create glucose by breaking down glycogen. Finally, there are times when we don't have glycogen or glucose available, like periods of starvation. And in that case, our bodies are capable of converting things like fatty acids and amino acids into glucose so that that can be converted to ATP. And this process is known as gluconeogenesis. Gluco for glucose, neo for new, and genesis to create. So to create new glucose.